What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the 12th Horseshoe podcast on Surge Sports TV. Alongside Elijah Weintraub, Jack Rizzo, we are in person today, sitting right next to each other here at my setup. We have got Week 2 picks and predictions for you today. After Week 1, now I went 11-5 Week 1, Eli went 10-6, so pretty good for both of us. But before we get into our Week 2 picks, we have a game to break down, Eli, from last night.
And yes, we do. We have a game to break down, and it's great to be back in studio again. And you don't have to adjust your screens at home because we're not away. We're both in one location for once. Can you believe it? We're actually in the location once. And we're going to be doing this for the next couple weeks. We'll either be, we'll have 4 o'clock shows on a Friday, since we also call the St. Mary Gills game, which they will take on Woodbridge next on the Basketball Zone Network, not Surge Sports. So make sure you adjust your channels right. Basketball Zone Network is where they have it. And next week, you may be from my studio. So it might be like a studio swap on a Friday.
Yeah, studio swap.
That's pretty cool. So can't wait. But we have a game to break down, though.
We do, yes. Final score last night on Thursday Night Football, the debut of Prime Video for the 2024 season, and it was a blowout. The Bills went on the road and defeated the Dolphins by 3 touchdowns. Final score 31-10. Now, I did have 31 points for the Bills, but I also had the Dolphins winning, so I got the pick wrong. Eli also got the pick wrong. We both had the Dolphins. It's hard to bet against Miami, though, at home in September. You know, they are so good. Tua is 7-0, or I'm sorry, 8-0 in September when he starts and finishes a game. But speaking of Tua, that was pretty sad last night. Like him going off with another concussion. This is like the 4th one he's had. Now there's so many rumors that he might have to retire or he might never play again. What are your thoughts on that, Eli? And first of all, we want to extend our prayers to Tua because obviously this is probably something really serious that he's dealing with. But what are your overall thoughts on the situation, Eli?
Well, I look at Tua right now and the whole situation. Number one, I know safety is the top priority in Miami. The other issue, too, is he just got paid one of the highest contracts in this league. Now, before Dak Prescott became the highest paid in the league, he had it, followed by Jordan Love from the Green Bay Packers, who just came off of an injury as well. So we talk about this quarterback curse. It is real. Tua Tagovailoa was the first one who had this curse, who was the first one became the highest curse. Not anymore. It became Jordan Love. They both fell into this curse trap. We hope it does not happen to Dak Prescott now. But now, back to the concussion. This is pretty bad. The 4th one in a row. This is pretty bad. I think he's going to end up missing a few games, but we'll finish out the season and take it from there. I think Miami still needs him. And also, you got to look at the quarterback situation. Right now, they don't have the best backup situation. And who else would you trade for to get a quarterback? Maybe Daniel Jones?
Ryan Tannehill's going to come back.
Daniel Jones? That's the only other person I could think of that you could potentially get a trade out of if, let's say, the Giants decide to get rid of him as a potential.
Jameis Winston, potentially.
There you go. Or Deshaun Watson. But
maybe, yeah.
But really, the quarterback options right now are not good. So I see Tua really staying with Miami for right now and then playing it how the road goes and letting it be for now.
I kind of have a different opinion. I honestly think we may have seen the last of Tua Tagovailoa in the NFL. It's sad to say, but he needs to preserve his health over the game.
That's true.
He just signed a huge contract. He gets $167 million in injury guarantees. So he's pretty much set for life. He has a family, he has 2 kids. I think he's got to take care of himself. But ultimately, that's the decision for the Dolphins and for Tua to make. But I think he's actually going to go on injury reserve. I think they're going to have him miss a few games just for him to mentally re.
But you know what the good news is, though? They played on a Thursday night.
They did.
So that gives them the advantage. So you get not only the weekend and Friday, you also have your traditional 5 to 6 days off after you play on a football Sunday. So that's the only good part about the Miami game.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Sunday games now. We have 10 games in the 1 o'clock window on Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
Oh, boy, it's going to be good. We had 8 last week. We got 10 this week. Yeah, week 2 is usually a very big week for
Red Zone's going to have the Deca box.
Yeah, the Deca box, yes. The Deca box. That's going to be fun. All right.
Great.
First game we're going to talk about, Browns taking on the Cleveland Browns, travel on the road to Trevor Bank Stadium. That's the new name of the stadium for this week. That's actually a thing, to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is in Duval County. The Jags are favored by 3 points in this one. Both of these teams are 0-1 after losing last week. Eli, which team do you trust more to bounce back this week? Do you trust Deshaun Watson or do you trust Trevor Lawrence to bounce back more after week 1?
Well, I want to look at both these games. They both do not deserve to win the game. I would not be surprised it ends at a tie. Let's just put it at that. But we're going to actually pick a game. We don't do ties on the show. Let's start with the facts. Deshaun Watson played horrible versus the Dallas Cowboys, and I think was the biggest upset that we've seen in a long time, and the biggest bust, really. But if you look at Jacksonville, they have a quarterback, they've got a coach, they've got the weapons. So in this case, I'm going to take Jacksonville, but not a high-scoring game. 18-12, cut it short by 6 points.
I have a similar feeling here, Eli. I think Jacksonville, they show much more promise than Cleveland did last week. I mean, they were up 14-0 over Miami. The defense looked really good. I think Trevor Lawrence will bounce back after that week one performance, which wasn't really even that bad, to be honest. They just need to finish out the game more, maybe not fumble on the goal line. But this game's in Jacksonville. I'm taking the Jaguars as well. I have a 7-point win, 13-6. I don't think there's going to be much offense.
No.
You've got two really good defenses going out against each other. Early in the season, defenses usually have the advantage. So low-scoring game, Jags win 13-6.
All right, next game is the
next game is an NFC East matchup between the Giants and the Washington Commanders. Both of these teams are also 0-1. There are only 3 matchups this week where you have an 0-1 team taking on a 1-0 team, and we'll talk about that a little later. But we have 2 0-1 teams here, Giants at Commanders. This game is taking place in the brand new Northwest Stadium in Washington, even though the stadium's in the Northeast, but it's the Commanders.
Wow.
What else is new? Washington favored by 1.5 points here. You know, they showed way more promise than the Giants did last week. Jaden Daniels was the most impressive rookie QB in week 1. 2 rushing touchdowns, played very well. The defense still needs a ton of work, but the offense could have potential. You got Terry McLaurin, Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz, Brian Robinson. And in this game, Eli, man, I really don't know who's going to win. The Giants have played well against the Commanders in the last few years, but I just trust it's crazy. I'm saying I trust a rookie over a 6-year veteran now more. I trust Jaden Daniels more than Daniel Jones, and give me the Commanders to win this game 24-10. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Jaden Daniels scores multiple touchdowns again this week, potentially another rushing one. I think he gets his first passing touchdown as well.
Yeah, honestly, when you look at both these teams, you think of the New York Giants, that was the most disappointing performance I've ever seen before, what they performed last week in Minnesota. And entering this game right now, Washington, yes, they lost to Tampa Bay, but they also put up points, and they look like they were the better team. They also had 28 fantasy points, Jaden Daniels. So looking at this game entering to tomorrow, I'm going to take the Washington Commanders 20-9. I think it's going to be only a field goal game for the Giants, and we'll see a couple touchdowns maybe with the Washington Commanders, 20-9 in the final.
All right, next up, week 1 o'clock on CBS, 49ers take on the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Now, the Vikings beat the 49ers last year on Monday Night Football.
Yes.
Both of these teams are 1-0, and both look very impressive. The 49ers had a pretty easy win against the Jets, and the Vikings went on the road and crushed the Giants. This has a chance, I think, Eli, to be a really underrated game, but the 49ers are a 5-point favorite, which is pretty big. No Jordan Addison for the Vikings in this one, and it looks like we're not going to see Christian McCaffrey again, Eli. How do these two offenses adjust to these losses?
Well, Christian McCaffrey, I mean, they played fantastic without him. Not saying they still needed him, but they did play great without him.
They did. They really did. Jordan Mason, great game.
The Vikings, they're already hurting. They already lost their quarterback in the beginning. And now you just lost another fantastic wide receiver. This is really going to be a big struggle for this Vikings team. This was supposed to be one of the best games of the 1 o'clock window entering this week, but now with everybody injured, it's not. But entering today's game and entering the win column, I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers 28-20 in the final.
Yeah, we seem to agree a lot here early, Eli. I'm also taking the 49ers. I have them winning by 9, 25-16. Again, I think the Vikings defense is very solid. I think they're going to have a pretty decent game. But, I mean, Sam Darnold played the Giants defense last week. Now he has to go up against maybe the best defense in the league. That's a drastic change. And keep in mind, the 49ers had Sam Darnold on the roster last year, so they know his in and out. So I'm taking the 49ers here, even though, again, I think the Vikings can play well. But I'm going to take the 49ers. All right, next game on the schedule. A couple of 0-1 teams going at it down in Nashville. The Jets travel on the road for the second straight week to face the Titans, 1 p.m. on CBS. Eli, let's start off with the Jets. They did not really look that great last week. I would say other than Aaron Rodgers actually looked good, I thought.
He did look good.
But the O-line, the receivers,
everything
the defense, everything else was really bad. And, Tennessee is interesting because they were up 17-0. They didn't give up a single touchdown on defense in week 1, and they still lost.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, really, honestly, I was just nothing but disappointed.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
It was really, you cannot tell me that is the game of the week. I mean, like last week, I was really hoping the Jets, even if they were going to lose the game, put up points. They really did it. It was really a pathetic performance, and it really goes to show the play calling's bad. A lot of things are really bad, and a lot of things need to change. Tennessee did not play better either, but entering this game, Jack, Tennessee looks like the better team. I think the Jets played horrible. The Giants played horrible. But looking at this game, for my upset pick of the week, Give me the Tennessee Titans, 21-18, baby. Upset pick of the week. And we also have we will announce that at the end of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to also we have a comment from Josh who's didn't chat on YouTube. He chatted us on text. He said Tom Brady lives in Miami. Just saying.
Yeah. Hey, it's not impossible, Josh. I'll give you that.
Yes, upset 21-18.
I really like that pick, Eli. I really do. I think it's a good upset pick. Respectfully, I am going to disagree. I think the Jets are going to have I think the defense is going to bounce back. I think Breece Hall is going to have a much better game than he did last week. I like to troll George with Breece Hall, but he's still a very good running back. Yeah, sorry. I mean, to be fair, Eli, he's the worst running back in the AFC East right now. But
yikes! Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets to win 17-10. Low scoring game. Two good defenses playing. The Jets defense is not going to be that bad every single week. 17-10, low scoring game. I think the veteran Aaron Rodgers beats the inexperienced Will Levis. Give me the New York Jets.
Finley just walked in, by the way.
That's,
Jackson.
Yep, our dog.
So you just saw us like move away for a second, like that was Finley.
Yep, I'm very sorry about that.
Oh, and by the way, just thanks again to Jason. He filled me in for week 1 picks, and now I'm back. So I'm glad to be back and making picks again.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the first game we disagree on. Next up, a game that's actually going to be really good now. Saints at the Cowboys down in Big D. Got Tom Brady on the call. This game is 1 o'clock on Fox. The Cowboys are a nearly touchdown favorite, 6.5-point favorites. This is going to be a great game, Eli. Both offenses, the Saints offense looked great last week, but so did the Cowboys defense. That's the matchup I'm looking for in this one. So for this game, I really like the way the Saints played last week, but it could have been a mirage. It's the Panthers at the end of the day. Now, Eli over here looks really smart with the NFC South pick, so I'll give you credit, Eli. You might have proved me wrong about the Saints, but this week I am not picking the Saints, unfortunately. I'm picking the Cowboys to win at home, 35-20. The Cowboys rarely ever lose at home, especially in the regular season, so I'm taking the Cowboys, but I think we're going to see a lot of points in this one, Eli.
Yeah, the Saints are really they played great last week, and again, it was Carolina, but unfortunately, with Dallas is home, Dallas is Dallas, and they're a strong team. So that is what I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys 32-24 the final.
All right, next up, 1 p.m. on Fox. This is now a matchup of two 1-0 teams, Eli. I don't know if we could have exactly predicted this before the season started, but
I know, right?
Seahawks at Patriots is now a bad. One of these two teams is going to be 2-0, which is really cool. Two underdog stories. Yeah, two great underdog stories. One of them will be 2-0, which is great. But Eli, you're the Seahawks fan here. I'm going to let you just go right ahead into breaking this game
I'm
down.
honestly scared. Really. Can I be scared to play the New England Patriots? Because they actually beat the Cincinnati Bengals, and they beat them good.
On the road, too.
On the road. That's the sad part. But Seattle, though, their defense is really good, but the offense also gave up 2 safeties, played horrible, and barely won against the Denver Broncos. Unfortunately, though, I don't believe in the Patriots. I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, and I'm sticking with the Seattle Seahawks. So give me the Seattle Seahawks 26-23 the final.
All right, I am going with the Seahawks as well. This could be a bit of a trap game, almost going to New England and playing a cross-country trip. But, man, Seattle's defense last week, they looked absolutely fantastic. And that was against, against the Broncos offense. And I would say it's certainly better than the Patriots offense, Seattle's basically just got to stop Ramondre Stevenson, and that's really all they have to do. The Bengals couldn't do it last week.
Right.
Seattle's going to do it this week. The offense is still, I think, in a struggle. The Patriots defense is very good, especially their secondary. But give me the Seahawks on the road 20-6. So 2-0 for the Seahawks, Eli. I hope you're happy about that one.
Well, that's good. We'll see how it goes.
Next up, 1 p.m. on Fox. This might be the best game of the 1 o'clock window. A rematch of last year's NFC divisional round matchup, Bucks at Lions. Eli, are we back? Are we still in the 2023 playoffs, or are we in 2024?
I think we're 2024, Jack.
Because the Lions played the Rams last week, which was their first round playoff matchup at home, and now they're playing at home against their second round playoff matchup against the Bucks. Unfortunately, they're not playing at San Francisco next week. That's not until the end of the season. But this should be a great game, though. Both these teams looked impressive in week 1, especially Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay. That was something else, beating the Commanders like that, having 4 touchdowns. Mike Evans has still got it. Lions are at home. They are a 7-point favorite. I will start the picks off for this one, Eli. Give me the Lions at home to win 28-27. It's going to be a close game. The Bucks are certainly going to keep it close. I am pumped for this game. It's going to be an awesome one. I think both these teams are definitely could be in the playoffs again. We could see them in the playoffs again, but the Lions at home, hard to pick against them now. Lions win by 1, 28-27.
The Buccaneers need to keep up the winning streak if they wanted to win the division, and that's the key to the NFC South. You have to basically win the division in order to make the playoffs. If you don't win the division, you're not making the playoffs because that's just how competitive the NFC really is. But in this case, though, the Lions are going to take another victory, and they're going to win it 29-21 the final.
Next up, 1 p.m. on Fox, Colts at Packers. Interesting matchup. Jordan Love is actually questionable for this game,
which is shocking to see.
Yeah, he didn't practice all week. I
don't start him in fantasy. That's the bottom line.
I don't think he's gonna play. There's really no reason to play him.
If you have him in fantasy, just put another quarterback.
There's really no reason to play Jordan Love because one, this is an out of conference game, and two, you're going up against the Colts defense. I think any quarterback can win against the Colts defense. Juju Brent is out for potentially the season now. No Julian Blackmon on Sunday. DeForest Buckner's questionable. Kwity Paye is questionable. I don't even know how we're going to stop any offense, Eli. This is crazy. It's crazy how bad the Colts defense is. I wish I had Seattle's defense. You're lucky. Right. But, sorry, I can't bet. Yeah, you see Finley back there making her first 12 Horseshoe podcast appearance.
Like that.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, Eli, the Packers are starting Malik Willis. I can't pick Malik Willis. This isn't even me being Colts biased. I mean, I have to pick the Colts here just by default, and there goes Finley. Give me the Colts 21-10. I think the offense is going to look good. Josh Downs might be back this week, which is good. I think Jonathan Taylor has a much better game than he did in week 1. Give me the Colts on the road 21-10.
Give me the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm going to take them 26-21. The reason why here is Packers don't have Jordan Love. Their offense is going to be struggling. And I think here for the Indianapolis Colts, they had a rough week, but they almost won the game. They lost by 2 points.
They did.
So I think they're going to actually take the victory here. They're in Green Bay, and they're going to take the victory. So give me the Indianapolis Colts.
Eli.
There we go.
Yeah, I appreciate him for doing that. You know, I picked the Colts, or I picked the Seahawks. He picked the Colts.
There we go.
See how we get along here on the podcast? Not every week. Most weeks.
Not every week. Just if you're new to the show, not every week. Just note that.
Next up, Raiders at Ravens, 1 p.m. on CBS. Both these teams are 0-1, but the Ravens certainly looked a lot better doing it than the Raiders did. That was very disappointing. I picked the Raiders to win last week. So did you, Eli. So did Jason. They let us down, man. That was just not a good game. This game is in Baltimore, Eli. I don't think
we need to spend time on
I don't even think the Raiders stand a chance in this game. I think it's like less than 1% chance they have. Give me the Ravens to absolutely blow them out at home, 34-13. No question. Give me the Ravens. 9.5-point favorites in Baltimore. Ravens all day.
Ravens 23-14. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than we thought. I think they did put up a fight early on for the Raiders, but I think the Ravens will still take the victory in this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. Last game of the 1 o'clock window. 10 games. Oh my goodness. What an awesome Sunday slate it's going to be.
The 4 o'clock's going to be a little boring though. I'll be quite honest.
We'll get there. Chargers at Panthers, 1 p.m. on CBS. Jim Harbaugh traveling across the country, taking his 1-0 Chargers to Carolina. The Chargers were one of the most impressive teams last week. They ran the football. They played great defense. This is like a brand new Chargers team we saw. As for the Panthers, well, just look at the score. Just go look at the score if you haven't seen it. That'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm not going to waste any time on this either, Eli. This game will not even be close. Chargers win 28-9. Not even close. Chargers go to 2-0, Eli, sneakily. Maybe the Chargers are a surprise playoff team maybe in the AFC.
I would be shocked about that. How about this? 35-10. 1 point more for the Panthers loss and a little bit more for the Chargers. 35-10. We don't need to spend time with this one. It's the Panthers, and that's the bottom line.
We seem to agree on a lot of stuff, Eli. Now let's head to the 4 o'clock window. The Rams traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. NFC West matchup. Surprisingly, Eli, the Cardinals
are good.
They're favored by 1 point in this game.
They're good.
They are good. They played very well against Buffalo last week, but Sean McVay has absolutely owned the Cardinals since he became the head coach of the Rams. I love Matthew Stafford. He's still a top 5 quarterback for me in the league. Cooper Kupp looked like his old self in week 1. The O-line is concerning. Puka Nacua being out is concerning, but the Cardinals also have like the worst defense in the NFL. And the Rams defense looked really good last week against the Lions, outside of the end of the game, but they looked good. Give me the Rams on the road to win just by 1 point, though. I have 21-20 because, as I said, I think Arizona is a really strong team. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this season. But in week 2, Eli, I have the Rams going to the NFC Championship game. I have to take the Rams. Give me the Rams to win in week 2.
Rams, Cardinals, they're both going to be good. Arizona right now is a favorite. I'm shocked about that one. But listen, it has to be the Rams. 28-25. I mean, there's no question about it. They got to beat them.
Yeah, I agree. All right, 4:25 on CBS. The Chiefs are favored by 3 at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, what a great matchup this is every year. Patrick Mahomes is 1-3 against Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has pretty much owned him. But, I mean, the Bengals are coming off a loss to the Patriots, and the Chiefs just beat the Ravens you see kind of where these two teams are going. See how they're kind of going in opposite directions.
It really is. It's an opposite game today.
I mean, Kansas City they're a 6-point favorite. I think I said 3. I'm sorry, I meant to say 6. It's the Bengals, Eli. I mean, it would not shock me at all if the Bengals lost to the Patriots and then went on the road and beat the Chiefs. That would be so Bengals, but that's not going to happen.
No.
That is not going to happen. Chiefs win by 10, 27-17 at home. No T. Higgins again for the Bengals. It looks like Jamar Chase. We still don't know what's going on with him. The defense got gashed by Ramondre Stevenson last week, and now you're going up against the best player in the game. Give me the Chiefs all day.
Chiefs started at 20. There is no need to debate on this one. Cincinnati played horrible last week. Now they're in Arrowhead, and now it's going to be the Chiefs' time. 30-20 the final, and Taylor Swift's still there. And she also won a VMA.
Yeah, she did.
Congrats.
Final game of the Sunday afternoon slate, 4:25, also on CBS. Steelers traveling on the road to take on the Broncos. The Russell Wilson review. Oh, no, he's not playing. Never mind. Russell Wilson's not playing. I did that on purpose in case anybody caught on. The Steelers look really impressive in week 1, going on the road and beating the Falcons by 8 with all field goals. The Steelers are a 3-point favorite on the road, but, this game is in Denver. It's a trap game. The Steelers are so inconsistent. They win one week, then they lose the next week. This might shock some people, Eli, but for my upset pick of the week, give me the Denver Broncos at home. Bo Nix gets his first win. I thought the Broncos defense showed some signs last week, and Bo Nix, I mean, he has to start throwing the ball downfield more. I'm nervous.
Kurt would be happy with you right now.
I mean, playing against TJ Watt. Yeah. I'll see you in a few hours, Kurt. I'll tell you, hopefully you're watching because I picked the Broncos to win. But the Broncos win on the road. They get the upset. They win 18-15. Kind of a weird score, but that's probably what the Steelers and Broncos are going to do. So give me the Broncos at home for the upset of the week.
Yeah, I'm not taking the Denver Broncos. I know better than that. We're going to take the Steelers. Fields look great. Steelers look good. Broncos didn't look that great, and that's even without Russell Wilson. So, unfortunately, in this game, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers 23-16. Might be a weird prediction, but yeah, I'm doing 23-16 Steelers. So we disagree on another one.
Yeah,
and we do have
it's only 2 games we disagree on. And we do have a comment from
Bobby.
Bobby says, no
way.
That's fine. So
yeah, I had the Steelers. So you're welcome, Bobby. Jack. Yeah, we have another comment. Go Steelers, exactly. Yeah. I had them the Steelers winning, so I hope they do. Jack disagrees.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the Steelers when we saw you, Bobby. I'm shocked.
You can come out and say some thoughts.
All right, next up. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Oh, I hope we don't get copyrighted.
Bears at Texans. That's my own voice, y'all. We're not going to get copyrighted. You sing the Fly Eagles Fly song all the time. You can get copyrighted for that.
True. American Idol right here.
Texans are a 6.5-point home. Or 6.5-point home favorite at home against the Bears. Both these teams are 1-0. It was the Texans offense doing it for them, and it was the Bears defense doing it for them. I think the Bears are going to certainly play much better on offense this week. That doesn't matter though. Give me the Texans at home, 24-17. And again, I have the Texans are my Super Bowl pick. So I kind of have to pick them, even though I don't really like them. We've got Jason Lee. Oh, Jack. Oh my God, you're going to Hollywood.
You're going to Hollywood, Jack.
Don't lie to yourself, Jason. That was horrible singing. But anyways, Texans win. But I appreciate the support. 24-17, Texans win. I think Nico Collins sees the end zone. I think Tank Dell sees the end zone. I think the Texans have a big game, and I think they beat the Bears. Sorry, Josh, if you're still watching. But give me the.
We need Jack to sing during all same rate broadcasts. That's Bobby. Wow.
No, Bobby. No. Let's move on.
By the way,
make your pick.
You got to do Ryan Seacrest style. This is American Idol, and Jack is going to Hollywood. All right, back to the pick though. Sorry, back to the pick. Thank you.
All right, make your Sunday night pick.
Bears look great last week. Texans look even better. Give me the Houston Texans 28-21. It's going to be an all-touchdown game, and it's going to be Houston on top, but the Bears are going to put up a fight, and they're going to keep it close, though. And feel free to comment about anything we talked about. And Bobby and Jason, you could comment about the next American Idol and the next host. Sorry, Ryan. Seacrest. Next game.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're very similar on those scores. Next up, Monday Night Football. Falcons at the Eagles, 8:15 on ESPN.
ESPN. Comment.
Yep. Eli
sing the Monday Night Football song.
No. Eli's going to sing the Fly Eagles Fly song when he makes... No, yes, you are.
No.
I sang the Sunday night song. Now you have to give the viewers what they want.
No, I didn't agree to this. I didn't sing it. No.
You sung it last year.
Yeah, it was last year. We're on New Year.
All right, well...
He said sing the Monday Night Football song.
No, he's talking to you, not me.
It's a dun, 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 dun. It's
You guys do a louder than that. Do a little more passion, man.
No.
All right, Eagles are the 6.5 point favorites at home.
It's like
I was so disappointed by the Falcons last week. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I knew the Steelers would be competitive, but I just don't think the offense would look that bad. I think Kirk Cousins is still going to be rusty off that Achilles tear. The Eagles offense looks rejuvenated. I think I said that right. With Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns. Fly, Eagles, fly, I guess. I'm taking the Eagles at home, 30-16. I think it's an easy win for them. I think, Kellen Moore was a great OC hire. He's not the flashy OC, but he's like a safe OC pick. The offense is always going to be good with him. The Falcons really struggled last week, and I think the Eagles win this easily, 30-16.
Unlike Jack, I'll not be singing the Fly Eagles Fly song, but I will say this. Fly Eagles Fly on the road to victory. Eagles 21-15. EAGLES, 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 Eagles.
I have the Falcons winning as my upset. Why? Because Eli believes in superstitions and wizardry, and this is Kirk's 3rd matchup on primetime against Philly, and 3rd time is the charm. The Eagles, I think, will still win. So, sorry, Jason.
Sorry, Jason. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Now it's time for Lock and Survivor. So I had Eagles 20.
Yep. So now on our prediction show, we're going to start saving Lock and Survivor until the end,
And we'll do upsets during our usual.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. All right. We'll start off with Lock of the Week, Eli. Our Lock of the Week. Now, last week you had who was your Lock of the Week last week?
Great question.
Go to week 1.
Well, that sounds great. I had for my Lock week the Buffalo
Eli
Bills
is 1-0 with his Lock of the Week. I had the Buffalo Bills. I am 1-1 because I took the Cincinnati Bengals, which was
big cough in my throat.
But I beat Eli in Lock of the Week last year. It's only week 1. Eli still has
We
7.
both got the upsets wrong.
Yeah.
And we both got survivors right.
Yeah,
so
but wait, before we
I'm leading at LSU, by the way. Just want to clarify.
Before we mention our survivors, Eli, who's your Lock of the Week for week 2?
Lock of the Week. Lock up Dallas Cowboys winning over the Saints.
Ooh, Jason will like that one. Jason, if you're still watching, Eli's got the Cowboys as
I
Lock
know.
of the
You can
Week.
actually be happy for once that I actually picked your team.
Yeah.
Move along.
For my Lock of the Week, I am taking give me the cold. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Come on.
I'm not going to be back.
No more of that.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, we were talking to Jason before, and apparently I'm wrong. Apparently, if I talk too much good about Anthony Richardson, I'm apparently too much of a glazing Colts fan.
Okay.
So, yeah, whatever with your Cowboys NFC Championship picks. That sounds like
family
glazing
show.
to me.
Move along.
Give me for my Lock of the Week. I mean, I didn't even have to think about this one, Eli. It's the Baltimore Ravens over the Las Vegas Raiders. There's pretty much no chance that game even has a chance of the Ravens actually losing. So that's my Lock of the Week. Next up, Eli, Survivor pick. Survive in advance. We cannot pick the same team twice all season, which I think was a pretty cool challenge for us last year. And now we have a new rule this year. You cannot pick Lock and Survivor for the same game. We're going to challenge ourselves a little more this week. I'll start with Survivor, Eli, since you started with Lock. Now, for Survivor last week, I didn't take Cincinnati. I took Buffalo, which was smart of me because they won. And Eli took Seattle. He took his own team in week 1. We're both 1-0 in Survivor. I started 0-1 in Survivor last year, so...
Eli with Dallas pick. Seahawks over Colts. Thank you, Jason.
I should mention that I have Dallas winning by 15, and he has them winning by 8, Jason. So just to clarify.
I had Lock of the Week, though.
Yeah, but for my Survivor, though, I took... Again, I like the strategy of saving the good teams for later in the season. Again, I would have picked the Ravens, but I picked them as my lock, so I can't. My Survivor, Eli, I'm going to go ahead and take the Los Angeles Chargers over the Carolina Panthers. I thought they looked so good last week. They're going to keep running the football. They're going to keep playing great defense. This won't even be close, Eli. Chargers are my Survivor pick.
That's funny because that's also my Survivor pick of the week. And the reason why, though, is because the Panthers played horrible. The Chargers are not any better, but they can definitely beat the Panthers.
They're better enough to beat the Panthers. I believe, Jason, if you want to comment, I believe that's also your Survivor pick for week 2 because we were talking about that before.
Program note, tonight's game, St. Mary Gales versus Woodridge, is available on the Basketball Zone Network, not Surge Sports. It's available on Surge Sports Facebook. So take a look at those 2 channels if you want to watch tonight's game, St. Mary's with Woodridge. We are both on the call. Jason, bolt up. I understand.
Yeah, for the Chargers. Yeah, we all have the Chargers. Go
We'll be
Chargers.
back on Tuesday, 7 o'clock for our... show.
Recap show. And then we'll be on All In High School Sports right after.
And our game will be live around 4 o'clock-ish for next Friday's show for the pick show. So stay tuned. Enjoy. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Go Colts.
Seahawks.
Good night.
From somewhere.